Hello, everyone. How are you all tonight? Please, in the chat, tell us. Oh, there's a ton of people in the chat. Tell us who you are and where you are from. We're going to get started here in less than 1 minute. Just waiting for the rest of the crew to come in. You guys joining me?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I decided last minute.
Are all the dogs in their places?
Hey, we're not dogs.
Okay. Mighty dog.
The dog's gonna be hidden, so they're not in the middle like all night,
No, they're going to be here.
back and forth.
Yeah,
Hi,
They
everyone.
typically don't do that unless we do. Okay, what was that?
YouTube note.
Yeah, what does it say? Oh, you're now live on your channel. Okay.
That's good.
Oscar, you joining us?
Da, da,
He's
da.
standing beside. All right. Everyone's coming in.
Buenos dias.
Ding.
Buenos dias. We're going to have some fun tonight.
You're going to confuse everyone now.
Those
I
people.
thought it was Buenos noches.
Oh, yeah. Buenos noches. Buena, buena.
Buenas.
Yeah, if you're in Panama, just buena.
Buenas. How are everybody doing tonight? I hope you have a wonderful day and finishing a beautiful week.
Who's ready for NFL? Whoop, whoop.
Oh, tonight actually was a game. Was the
Oh,
first
was
game?
it?
Yeah, the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Our team's tomorrow.
Yeah. Go Birds.
NFL. Is that Panama thing?
No.
No? Okay.
No, but many of the folks follow.
Canadian.
Um,
What do you call it? CFL?
yes, that's the leftover NFL.
Right.
guys. Join the
The
CFL.
retirees.
Okay. All right, so we are getting started tonight, folks. Hello to all you people watching on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to come right on to the StreamYard, right into the event with us, there is a link in the description for you. Sometimes your comments can take longer to get to us from Facebook or from YouTube, but that's fine. And so, what are we doing? Who are we? We're going to talk about us first for 2 minutes, no longer, guys.
I have to say first, que sopa tu papatito.
I don't know what that is.
I'll bring them on soon. You guys can do that. Okay, so who are we? We're Retiring Panama Tours. I am Megan. I'm our operations director. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I came to Panama in the start of 2018 as a Peace Corps volunteer and spent a lot of time doing some small development projects, learning a lot of Spanish, learning a lot about Panamanian culture, and met Oscar in that time. And now we're married and have a son. And now I do a lot more of the emails and back-end stuff with my company, but still love to meet all of our tour guests when they're here in Boquete area. Oscar?
I am Oscar Peña. I'm originally from Cali, Colombia. Been here in Panama 15 years. Before Panama, I lived in Costa Rica, working in the hospitality industry for 3 years. And I'm the tour leader on the tours that we do every month. I consider myself a little bit of the bridge in between the two cultures, between North American and Latin American culture. I have a pretty good high experience working in tourism, and my goal is to people before they make the full commitment to these beautiful countries to understand what it is Panama, what is about Panama, and to understand the culture, to embrace the culture, and just to do the trade-off. Very happy for our team, and very happy and grateful for every single one of you to attend this call, to follow us, and the ones who have come in our tours and the new ones coming on our tour. We don't take that for granted. So thank you all.
All righty. My name is Rod Larrabee. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I've been here in Panama now 12 and a half years, 12 and 3/4 years. Might as well say 13 because that's in like a month. So lucky 13 for me. I love it here. I've never even considered going back. Oscar was my bridge. When I originally came here 12 years ago, I got myself in trouble within the first 3 months. Luckily, I met Oscar, and he was my relocation expert at that time.
At that time.
Yeah, and he was already doing this stuff. And within a year, right away, we became friends, became business partners, and some other ventures we had going on. He helped me get all the stuff I needed to do. Within a year, we were business partners, and we continue to assist helping expats and move to Panama 12 years later. So anyways, see, I told you that would be short. Tonight, we got a two-part feature here. We are going to go across this entire country. Many of you folks are new, and many of you folks have heard of these places. You've never been here. You don't know what to expect. We've created a map and some charts to basically, maybe I think I have 27 different expat communities we're going to talk about. If you're here and you live in one of those communities, and oh no, you're not happy that yours wasn't there, don't worry about it. We'll do it next time. But from this point on, let's do questions only in the chat, please. And you can, as we go through these different areas, you can ask your questions about them specific. That's what tonight's about. Please don't ask, how do I get my immigration? Save that to the end of the call. If we're in Panama City, ask how many pickleball courts are there in Panama City? How many, ask questions specific to the area. And then we will meet some expats from different areas in Boquete, and then we'll get to your in Panama, then we'll get to your full Q&A.
Yeah, so we'll do a quick overview first, right?
Yes, we're going to do a quick overview of the country. So we've created, for those of you on the phone, you might need to expand in and out here to see this. So we've created this map of Panama. I'm going to have to get closer because my eyes just aren't that good.
Yeah, so each little figure represents an expat community. Most of them are labeled. Yeah, actually all of them, we added some labels. So you can see based on the number of people in that town, that's the expat density. So obviously you can see Panama City is one of, so many expats and foreigners living there. Also Coronado and Boquete, those are really some of the biggest expat towns. And you can see that because there's so many people there. Whereas then if there's one person, that's some of the smaller ones. Do you want me to just go through all of them?
Well, let's just talk a little bit about, the medium size. What are the medium-sized expat communities? We have Colón, Rio Hato.
Yeah, that's Playa Blanca area.
Yeah, Playa Blanca, Petití,
Banao.
Yeah, David, Volcan, Bocas del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to have places that really don't have a lot. You will bump into expats. But, we're talking a few hundred maybe, or less sometimes. Mm-hmm. People keep talking about Panama / Antone areas up and coming for expats because there's a lot of modern stuff along that main highway now.
Yeah, the one thing is that there is, Panama has a different diversity of gorgeous and nice places to be. Now, the more Panama evolves, the more amenities will be developed in some areas. Per se, Penonomé, per se, Chitré, Santiago, other areas. And the ones that have been from the beginning more frequent to have a more influence of expats will be the Panama West area, Panama City, and the Chiriquí, like Boquete. Now, mainly some of these areas, I have to say, they are very seasonal. So the amount of expats will increase in the high season, meaning for the snowbirds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then down on the Swirl, there's a bunch of towns which are great for expats.
Yeah.
But then again, your expat groups are going to be 10, 20 people out for lunch once a week.
There were even some we're in the tip in the Cambutal area. Mm-hmm. We missed that part, but I'm not sure.
Right, that's just past Banao.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some of them are smaller, like Cambutal, Torrio, Santa Catalina.
Mm-hmm.
and even like Santiago, Santa Fe areas that are where you're going to be, mixing a lot more with local population.
Yeah. It all depends. We're not saying that there's locations that don't have a little person that you shouldn't go to. Some people want to be remote. Some people don't want to be around other expats. But if you want to have weekly gatherings, every night a different club meeting, every night, 20, 30, 50, 100 people get together at bars on the Friday night, Saturday night, then you're looking at the mass places, Panama, Coronado, and Boquete. But if you're looking for smaller groups of people, you're looking at the 2s and 3s. But even with the ones like Las Lajas, Boca Chica, there's, nice handfuls of expats in these locations.
Yeah.
Dolega, Puerto Rico, and Puerto Amulas. Yeah. Okay. Places like that, there are expats there. So you will fit in, you will find people to hang out with and stuff like that.
Yeah. And keep in mind for those that are just first time seeing this and thinking what is best. It's not about what is best, it's about what will be best fit for you once you come to Panama, once you see the country, once you experience the pros and cons in different areas. That's why one of the main philosophies in our company that we show these beautiful countries, before you make any decision, make sure you give yourself a time to really make sure you like the area, 6 months or a year, before you make any bigger commitments like precise, maybe perhaps investing in real estate. Now, that being said, when you know, could be an investment, that's a whole different situation. But we like to make sure, we want, like we always say, we want happy expats in Panama.
Perfect. Hey, if you guys want, we actually Megan and I make the map. It's an actual public domain. I think it's Encyclopedia Britannica map, and we put all the pieces on top of it. But so if you guys want a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, you can just fill in this contact form and ask for it. Now, here are the names that we've just went through. That's what I say. If you want a copy of this, you can have it. These would be, I can't find where we missed any except the ones that might only have a handful. There's probably 20, 30, 40 other little towns that could have some expats.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like also San Rasul.
San
Rasul is one, and Alto de Maria is another one. So there's many places. There's many places. Panama has a diversity of different areas.
Yeah, these are the ones that we're talking about now. Now this is not, after I spent all this time, I said I shouldn't have used stars. I make it look, 5 stars doesn't mean it's better, but 1 star doesn't mean it's worse.
Right.
The location has to be what you want. If you want the heat and the drier conditions, then you want to go to the place that has 5 heats and and lower annual precipitation. If you want to be within 30 minutes or so of a hospital, then you want to look at the 5-star places. If you want to be within a big expat population, look at the 5-star. If you want a medium one, look at the 3-star. If you don't want many expats around, look at the 1-stars. So this is basically all this is explaining. You guys can, again, like I said, you can start your questions. And if you want a copy of the slideshow, just fill in the contact form. And I thought that should be turned off, but it isn't. Apologies. I got notifications coming in. I just got to turn them off. Okay. And so if you look here, Panama City's got a lot of stars. But it does. It's got a big expat population. You definitely have every amenity any big city's going to give you. You're right by the airport. You're right by all the best hospitals in the country. It has, I gave it a 4 out of 5 for rain, but it's hot and it's humid.
Yeah.
It's hotter than the beaches, even though it's underwater. But I think because a city is stagnant with all the buildings, the heat really gets up there.
Sometimes it can be like that in the afternoons because it's so close to the Pacific. Depends where you are in the city, you'll get a lot of good breeze.
Yeah. Coronado gave you a 5-star. Biggest expat population. You're not within 30 minutes of all the amenities, and with private, you have a hospital there. It's not a major hospital, and you're a 2-hour drive from the airport. So, so you lost the point there. Otherwise, great place to live. It's not as rainy as Cherokee, and it's a little cooler. I dropped it a star. I've been up on those 21-story buildings that you almost don't need air conditioning. Beautiful Pacific breezes, and that's obviously Urahato's a little smaller, but still an excellent place to live. Then you get to Antone. You gotta watch it when you go there. Panama Antone, that's the up-and-coming places. You're in a Panamanian neighborhood. You don't have all the amenities. You have pretty well what you want, but you definitely don't have an immigration office. You don't have some of the other major government offices. You're how far, PriceSmart, airports, private hospitals. You just don't have those things there. But if that doesn't matter to you, you should definitely look at places like that. Same as Chitre Las Tablas. They're not bad because they do have, there's a new private hospital going in Chitre.
Yes.
Actually, it just opened a couple weeks ago. They have a few flights a week back and forth to the city. 3, I believe. 3 or 4.
I believe it's 3, and it's also the domestic airport. It's in Albrook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it is the driest area. If you measure inches of rain in all the country, that whole Azorro Peninsula. So 3 stars for people who want dry is better than 5 stars.
Yeah.
So I should not have used this stars.
You won't find totally dry here.
Yeah. And heat and humidity, it goes down, one, because, you got 2 directions of breezes coming in there from the east and from the south. Okay. So let's move into the western part of, one of my favorite pictures of Panama. Tarina, Santa Catalina. If you need amenities, if you want to be close to the airport, it's not going to happen.
They're very remote, but
they are.
Same as Los,
great places.
Yeah, great tourism spots.
Yeah. But Boca Chica, what a beautiful place to live. We have guests living there.
We have guests that have moved to Las Lajas and Boca Chica.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still very, very small towns, but very close, tight-knit expat communities there too.
Yeah.
Now, David, we get back into smaller expat population, all the amenities, everything. I always bring, I've used this example before. A lot of people say, well, I need to start out in Coronado area because I need to be close to the airport. Us folks in Cherokee are pretty well just as close, sometimes even closer. Because if you have a flight that leaves anytime in the morning or by 2 in the afternoon, your Coronado folks who are going out along the beaches, you have to drive to the city the night before because you can't do the traffic in the morning. It's going to take you too long to get there. We can jump on a plane here first thing in the morning, or first flight 7:30, and fly to Panama City to catch a flight 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock. So we still have excellent access to the international airport from this end of the country.
Although, you know what happens this time they went to Panama City?
What?
The overpass bridge through Chorrera is open. No more traffic jam.
Oh, really?
No, because they finished. The overpass bridge is done. It's done.
Wow. Yeah.
And coming into the city, leaving the city was 3 line leaving the city. So the experience leaving the city yesterday was amazing.
So Coronado could get down to an hour and a half.
It could be actually even a traffic jam. So
and when the train comes, even better.
Because all the traffic release. So eventually, in the near future, we hope driving to Panama City from Coronado to catch a 10 a.m. flight will be possible that same morning. Yeah. Early, but it will be possible.
Now, this is the only place in the country where your heat humidity index. And you notice I use the word index, folks, because that's so important. You can have 80% humidity at 75 degrees or 80% humidity at 95 degrees. Which humidity is worse? it becomes a index. There's a calculation there that it feels like. So you can be at 95 degrees with humidity and it feels like 110. Well, in Boquete, 𝐷𝐿𝐻 starts cooling. Boquete and Volcan, we don't really have that heat humidity index. We might be humid here, but we might have that 80% humidity, but it still feels like 75 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like 90. So you don't sweat and stuff. But in I skipped Puerto Mulas.
Armelles.
What?
Double L.
I can't pronounce that.
Double L.
Can you say pollo?
Pollo?
There you go.
Armelles.
Muelles. So muelle.
Yeah. You're whining, it sounds like now. So, okay. So, yeah, 𝐷𝐿𝐻, like these areas are still only 30 to 45 minutes. Well, 𝐷𝐿𝐻 is 15. Yeah, they are. Puerto Muelles is 30. Yeah, so they're great there, and they're a little cooler. And Boquete and Volcan, and I missed it. There's one more here, Bocas del Toro. Oh, it's on the bottom. Oh, it's on the bottom of the screen. That's why. Stickers. Bocas del Toro. Larger expat population. Not a lot of amenities, guys. They do have an airport to the city with 2 flights a day, which is nice, but no private health care. You have to go to the city for that. So those are basically the expat locations. And now I see. Okay, guys. Okay, anyone again wants a copy of the slideshow, please send it to me. And we are going to talk, we're going to go back to Coronado, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to Coronado. We all know where that is, guys. And we're going to talk to Tito and Francis. How are you,
guys?
folks?
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Very good. So nice to see you both.
¿Qué sopa?
¿Qué sopa, mi friend?
Sopa.
Okay.
Where are you guys calling us from?
Maryland right now.
You're back in the States, right?
Yeah.
Wait, you're coming back to Coronado soon.
Yeah, we're coming back next week.
Okay, nice.
We were babysitting grandkids.
Babysitting.
Oh, your kids love that.
Yeah, 4 grandkids.
Lucky them.
Well, you must charge a lot if you can afford to fly all the way over there. That's great.
That's why we're flying business class.
Yeah, I knew you were. Well, let's talk about Coronado.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been there?
We've now owned the place in Coronado for 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in November.
In 4 years, huh?
Yeah, time flies. Yeah, and we love it. It's a nice place. It's just enough space for us and for our family if they come to visit. And I don't know, Coronado is pretty. What can I say? Has a lot of the things we checked off the boxes that we wanted.
Yeah, like Oscar said, and Rod, it's everything a lot of things that we need are close by.
Yeah.
We have restaurants, we have healthcare, we have access to airports, and especially like Oscar mentioned with that new overpass, which we haven't taken yet.
Yeah,
but we are looking forward to it. We should be able to get to the city and back very quickly.
Yeah,
but man, it's so easy to leave the city right now.
Oh my.
That must be nice. But yeah, Coronado has a lot. I mean, it has a very good clinic. It's got a lot of dentists, eye doctors, dentists, shopping, hardware stores. In fact, the Do It Center we found out is the international branch of Ace Hardware, which is in the States.
Oh.
We didn't know them. Let's see what else we got. 4 or 5 markets, good grocery markets, as well as different fondas and small roadside farmers that sell great produce and pineapples.
Yes.
And,
we get good pineapples.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's a golf course. That was one on our list too.
Or you can get free mangoes at the golf
You
course.
get free
too.
mangoes at the golf course.
Every other hole has 2 or 3.
Oh, you know.
How do you guys like the weather there?
It's hot and humid, and you know what? Maryland is too. But right now they're starting to get cold, so I'm ready to go back to the heat in Panama. The one good thing is that a lot of which is different from the States, is that air conditioning is different. Air conditioning in the States is central air and heat. And so if you're turning on your air conditioner, you're cooling the whole house down. But in Panama, and I don't mean, and I mean the country, or most of the homes, you have splits, which is an individual air conditioner for each area. And most bedrooms will have them. In our place, we have one in each bedroom, like in the dining area and living room. And so you just turn on where you need to. And if you're not up, in certain area of the house, you don't need to cool it down. And that's very good on your electricity.
Or you can just find a beach.
That's true.
Sit on the beach.
Sit on the beach.
Hit the water.
With an umbrella.
Or you can go up to the mountains. You can go up to the mountains. Half an hour away, you're up in the hills.
Yes. We'll be in 𝐿 or Maria Alto. And where we're located in our condo, it's like, what? Maybe 150-yard walk to the beach. So you got ocean breezes too that go through. So it's really nice. We like it.
Cool.
Do we have any questions for Tito and Francis about Coronado? Let's check in the chat.
Yeah, I already asked a question. Someone had asked about how they handle the heat and humidity, but you have to be acceptable of the heat and humidity if you want it.
Yeah. There's one thing that then through my experience showing Panama, some people they romanticize the beach in Panama or other countries in Latin America. They expect to be dry as somewhere in California. It's hard sometimes to understand that we're in the tropics and everything is by elevation. So anything, when you're sea level, that's the extreme of the heat and the extreme of the humidity year round. What changed to be fresh? It is a cloudy day, a rainy day, or you are in the shade, or you are with the AC. That's the only determinations to change that. Other than that, it's the same temperature.
Suzanne has a question for you guys.
Okay.
That's not Suzanne's question. This is Suzanne's question. Why does it keeps jumping out? There we go. You guys have a car, and how walkable is the area?
Okay. Yes, we do have a car. We're from Southern California, and I was raised in Los Angeles. So I can't picture myself without a car. They're walkable in where we are, yes, to some local things, but if you want to get up to the highway to go to the grocery store or to the hardware store or any other places that are along the highway, a lot of folks here that don't have a car, they have a dedicated driver. And a dedicated driver is usually a taxi driver that they know or have used more than once. And it's very inexpensive, maybe, like 50 cents or something like that to have your driver take you up there. Or actually, it might be a dollar or two. But there is a bus there is a bus, one of the little white buses that that goes through Coronado. That's about 50 cents.
Yeah.
So, but we have a car because I'm just used to when I want to go. We
like to travel all around.
And I just wanted to add what you had said, Oscar, about the humidity and stuff. That yes, Panama's a tropical country, and you have to realize it's only like about 9 degrees north of the equator. So it is a tropical country. So you do try to expect that it'll be warm and humid at some point. Okay.
Yeah, year round.
Yeah, year round. Do we get a power outages?
Yeah, Ellen from watching on YouTube wants to know, do you get a lot of power outages where you live?
Off and on, yes. We can get power outages. It has improved a lot. And Naturgy, which is the national electrical company, had been pretty lax in doing maintenance and upgrading their equipment. But in the last year,
The new president.
and the new president has been pushing them, especially in Veraguas.
Correct.
And also in where we are, we've had a lot of correction done. So a lot of people, especially the high rises, most of them will have a generator. So the power goes out, bang, they've got electricity.
Kicks right on.
Kicks right on. But we're not in a tower. So usually we would have, if it went off, it went off. So when we did get us a generator, and after we got the generator, in the power, we just stayed
It
on.
barely went
We
off.
still have to use it.
And then it would go off in time
Yeah,
for like
that
5
happened.
minutes. And then I'm like, wow, we got power for like 2 days and we never able to use it.
Use it. So I guess I guess it's a good thing.
But again, the good news is the current administration, because of the impact that the power outages nationwide had upon businesses and so forth, they were instituted a plan to correct it. They levied fines and so forth. And even as we speak, we notice like a lot more crews are going around making corrections and so forth. And it varies by area. It does vary by area. That particular area did. But there are other areas that suffer from it on a more frequent basis. But that is being corrected.
All righty. We got one more question here from Dave, who met you guys in April. He was on our April tour.
Oh,
okay.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
He wants to know what your typical cost for electricity is in a month, because you have air conditioning.
Well,
you can answer that.
It's
cheaper than California.
It's cheaper, say, than our perspective is the United States, California, and so forth. Every time there was some kind of in the summertime, for example, our electric prices will go up to $800 because we ran per month. We ran the air conditioner all the time.
That's in California.
That's in California. In Panama, we would run the air conditioner. We would run it maybe in 2 rooms at the most. And it will be probably about $175, $200 a month.
That much?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
If we ran it all the time.
Full
Yeah,
time.
we don't run it all the
Right.
time.
In the rainy season, much less.
Yeah. So
Then
how
it would
much
go down to about probably, let's see, I think the last time I paid it was $85.
Imagine that.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I got the last Coronado question. Everyone likes to bring this one up at one time. What have you noticed about crime in Coronado?
compared to
Compared to?
Well, I guess
compared to the
you
U.S.
could
it's
compare it, but what are you
it's
noticing? Is there
nothing.
anything that you guys
Most-
concerned? Do
Someone
you-
put it to me, said it, and hit. It's like it's crimes of opportunity.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you leave your wallet sitting in your car while you go into the store and somebody sees it, someone's probably going to break in and try to get it.
Car unlocked?
If your car unlocked, or if you, how can I say? Sometimes they have burglaries that I've heard of, but be honest, it's not that many. The crime here is pretty low, but it's not non-existent. You know,
Yeah.
you have to be cautious. One thing, a lot of the Panamanians here tend to put bars and things like that on their
As a deterrent.
as a deterrent. I personally don't like bars on my house, so we have screens on our windows that
Security mesh on the screen that helps to
Yeah.
deter that. And we have
Yeah.
cameras and so forth, but not everyone does.
yeah.
From what I've talked to some of the folks that work at our place and so forth, it depends upon the proximity to some of the higher income, wealthier sites and so forth. They have a much higher incidence of say like break-ins and so forth, but nothing like violence or anything like that. It's mainly, you come back, your bicycle may be gone.
Yeah, murders, stabbings, things like that. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't. I've not heard of that in the 4 years we've been here. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, in Panama, I mean, in some areas we still have the some, uh, more humble areas, not Coronado, but in other specific areas in the city, big cities. But that's any other big city, any
Yeah.
country.
Just like anything
Right,
else.
that's any big city.
I
But
mean, that sounds like if a violent crime happens, they don't start talking about it for like a decade or more because it just doesn't happen.
yeah,
Really
Perspective
often.
again. May I just add one other perspective? We were looking at this on our iPad. Today or yesterday, school shooting.
And
4 people died. 2 students, 2 teachers.
That's-
Semi-automatic weapon
with a 14-year-old.
with a 14-year-old.
That doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
so
Doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has never happened in
Ever.
Panama.
Doesn't happen in
Never.
Panama. Not like that.
No.
They-
Yeah.
We had just one more question about Vista Mar San Carlos that they might, because that's quite close to you guys.
Very
I don't know if
close.
Oh
you could-
yeah,
Very
very
that.
nice.
chat.
Very nice area. Vistamar is a very large complex. It has several towers, several large, maybe 4 or 5-story apartment buildings. They have private homes. They have a link style golf course, and then they have a
Couple of restaurants.
yes, the restaurants. But they have a marina.
A
A
marina.
marina.
Boats.
So for there's boats and
Fishing
yachts,
tours.
and fishing tours. Yeah, dolphin, whale tours, all of that's in Vistamar. Rio Mar is another gate, and these are all gated communities. You can go in, and it has 3 towers and several private homes that are like on the beach, and the apartments are beautiful. We had some friends that lived on the 7th floor, had awesome views.
Awesome views.
It has a beach that's pretty good too.
And that breeze that you talk about from the Pacific.
Yeah, well, San Carlos is right next to Vista Mar.
Yes.
It's right next to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
San Carlos is the local town, and a lot of Panamanians go there for the weekend. The beach part next
Correct.
to
Yes.
Vista Mar
Correct.
is for all the fishermen, and they have
Yes.
some spots there they can use the beach. Vista Mar is in good Panamanian. How we call this place, Tito, for a fancy place in Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Vista Mar is one of those places in Panama. And
Now, let me also add that the preponderance of towers and high rises and so forth on those locations mean that depending upon the floor that you're on, you get that breeze from the ocean,
And you don't need air.
and you don't need air. So
Yeah.
where you would ask me, well, how much does it cost and so forth? There, our friends wouldn't run the air conditioner at all because they were up a bit higher.
yeah.
Okay, that's another fact.
The only thing you need if you live in the higher altitude is put a good door stoppers, otherwise you might lose a finger.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. That breeze does
The
come in.
wind. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I think we're going to get on to some more questions in the chat. Thank you guys so
All
much
right.
for all the good info.
All right. That's
Great.
Happy to be
Yeah.
here.
You guys
Happy to
did
see
it.
you guys. Are you
Oh,
looking
yeah.
real
I'll
nice
see you
with that
next week.
hairstyle, Oscar? Rod, not you so much. You still
No,
forever
not me
young,
so
Rod.
much.
Forever
Yeah.
young. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. See you guys soon.
Please.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, you folks in the chat, we have all the questions here. We're not going to miss you. So we'll catch up. We're going to bring on our next guest, and it's at the other end of the country. Talk to her a little bit. And then, because I see some questions in here about Volcan and Boquete, so we'll get to those questions in a second here. So we are bringing in Tammy, and Tammy is now in
Our new
Boquete.
neighbor in Boquete.
Woohoo, hey, Tammy.
Tammy.
Hello,
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm doing great.
How are the
Beautiful.
cats?
Cats are adjusting fine. Everybody's
Oh,
happy here.
Good,
That's
good, good.
good.
So,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Tammy's been here for a few months now, right?
just a little over 2 months,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
but has
I love it.
Yeah. Boquete's the new home. Wonderful. So,
Yeah.
so we've got like some fresh eyes with you on here. And we'll see if there's any questions that you don't know yet. Obviously, we can help. We've been in Boquete for a long time, but we'd love to get some different perspectives on this town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Tammy, how you been feeling with the rainy season?
The first couple of weeks I was like, that's a lot of rain and humidity. And I came from Fairbanks, Alaska, which has no humidity. But now I've gotten in the rhythm of you get up early, go do everything you want, sit out in the sun for a while before the rain starts. And then some days it doesn't rain at all. And then some days it rains more. But yeah, it's definitely not a deterrent to enjoying life here.
Yeah, it
Beautiful.
kind of has a rhythm to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a weird year. We had a couple of insane weeks back in July and June, like wetter than October, November. So, but yeah.
I always say the weather here is the best way to describe is being bipolar. You don't know what you're gonna get, how much you're gonna get.
Now, you were on the tour with us, so you saw the entire country. What made you decide on Boquete area? What were the major factors?
Yeah, the major factors were I wanted to be I wanted to be in an area that had expats and locals. So I wanted, both worlds. I like the cooler weather in Boquete, although I have to say, coming from Alaska, I still get a little warm in the afternoons, but I'm getting acclimatized pretty quick. I love the beach, but I don't like to stay in the heat all the time. And being in Boquete, you can be at the beach in an hour and a half. So to me, it's kind of the best of both worlds. And the other thing about Boquete is the people are so incredibly nice. I mean, everybody is incredibly nice here. It just is amazing to me how friendly and helpful everybody is, from, somebody you pass on the street to the store clerk to the person at the bank. Everybody is nice, which is really, really refreshing.
That's awesome.
Have you been down to David often? Do you find you
Yes.
can get everything here?
Yeah, I've done some shopping in David, and it's really easy to get to and from David, not a big deal at all. I actually broke my leg right before I came here, so I showed up here on crutches and had to start with an orthopedic doctor in David, and that was an absolutely amazing experience. I've seen him twice. There's no paperwork, you don't wait very long to see the doctor, and to see an orthopedic specialist for the first time was $40 with no insurance. So
Imagine that.
amazing. So yeah.
Actually, the doctor probably takes his time with you, like at least half an hour.
Oh, probably 45 minutes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, one of the longest appointments I've ever had. Yeah, it was very thorough, very helpful. Just really, really impressed with the healthcare. I've done x-rays and some lab work, and that's all been quick and easy. So
That's been our experience too.
Yeah.
So how are you getting around? You don't have a vehicle here yet, do you?
no, I do. I actually bought a car. Yeah.
Huh.
The first few weeks, I couldn't drive because of my leg, and so I
Well, I
used
knew that your leg was bad.
right. So I used taxis, and it worked out really, really well. They're also very nice and reasonably priced for the most part. So you could easily get away without having a car here, because the taxis are easy and the drivers are around and that sort of stuff. And I like to be able to hop in my car and run to David or go to the beach for the day or that sort of thing. So, and I did buy a car after I got here, or actually before I got here, because I was delayed because of my broken leg. So Oscar took care of getting the car for me.
We're very happy to be able to assist you with that. You got a beautiful ride. That's a very nice car, what you got.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I'm
brand new.
pleased with it. Yep, I'm very pleased with it.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah.
Well, what questions do we have?
Okay, we're gonna start. Let's see. Do you got any questions directly for Tammy, guys? Okay, there we go. This is from Ellen. Hi, Tammy. My husband has hay fever. Do you know if that's common, or do you have any allergies, or know anyone that's having that problem?
What's high fever?
Hay fever.
Hey, what is
Hay
it?
It's kind of like an allergy. It's
Oh.
to, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've had hay fever my whole life. I lived in Texas, Georgia, and Alaska and had terrible allergies. I've had no problems in Boquete. I don't know if that's representative of other people, but I've been amazed that I've had no problems at all. I discontinued all my allergy medicines.
Yeah.
I think that's what was Ron's experience as well.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah, I had all types of allergies and seasonal stuff. And when the flowers came out in Vancouver, like, the flowers here, they don't bother me anymore at all. Don't know why.
So
Weirdest
organic.
thing. Yeah. Here we go. Is Tara and Richard? You guys are coming with us soon. Great. So tell us about the, other people hear us from us, but in Boquete, do you need air conditioning, Tammy?
No. And like I say, I'm still adapting a little bit. I might, if I had air conditioning, I'd probably use it an hour a day max, but definitely at night. Nights are so pleasant. You sleep with your windows open and a ceiling fan, and it's perfect. But no, no air conditioning, no heating. My electric bill is about $14 a month.
Oh my goodness.
So
It's about the same in Alaska, heat and gas.
Yeah, just add a couple of zeros to that. Yeah, so yeah, no, that's one of the other things about Boquete is it's been very, very affordable. So
That's how it is.
Okay, hi Tammy. This must be someone local here. Who is your orthopedic doctor? Do you mind giving?
You would ask me that. I'm going to have to look his name up. It's not coming to me right at the moment.
Okay, that's fine.
But if you want to, they can tell you how to get in touch with me. You can share my email or whatever.
Yeah, if they want to email us, and then we'll reach out to you.
So this person is in Fairbanks, Tammy, and they want to know how you ship your stuff here.
So it was a two-part thing. One part was awful. One part was easy. I used a U-Haul box from Fairbanks to Florida. That was the awful part. I would not recommend them. They took 2 months and lots of money. In Florida, I hooked up with a shipper that's local here in Boquete. How do you say it?
Yeah, we contacted you.
And they had it here in, 8 days. Brought it to my house. They're supposed to leave it outside. I said, for a tip, could you bring it all inside? Absolutely. So they unloaded all my stuff in the house. Everything came through fine. You don't need to bring tons of stuff. I brought mostly kitchen stuff and then pictures and knickknacks. And since you're in Fairbanks, if you want to, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be happy to talk to you too. So.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
And you can't forget the cats. You brought the cats too.
Yeah,
Yes, I brought 3 cats with me, including an old geriatric cat. And I used a shipping service there because of my broken leg. I couldn't manage it on my own. And that was just an amazing experience as well. They took very good care of them, kept me up to date the whole trip. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Don't forget, guys. She was on her tour. Tammy was on her tour with us, so she worked with us. We were working one-on-one on the pets because just bring them yourself. But then you went and broke your foot, so we recommended the company that you worked with.
Right.
Which solved it. And, we set you up with your shipper. Unfortunately, we can't really control that U.S. company that was used. But at least on the Panama side, it all went well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Tamara wants to know if you're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Are mosquitoes the national bird?
I have not seen any mosquitoes here. Yeah, I'm sure there might be somewhere, but.
There must be somewhere.
Yeah, but I've been pleased.
Yeah.
Yeah, out on the coffee farms, you definitely want to use repellent. And there's a different type of mosquito. They call the coffee mosquito. It's a different type of mosquito. They're more vicious, but only if you're inside a coffee farm. But the rest mosquito, like we have 1 or 2 sometimes in our house, very minimum.
Very seldom, like nothing compared to what I was used to back home in Canada. So. Well, Tammy, we really appreciate you spending your time with these folks tonight. They like to see live people who have done this before. And it's really great that you could join us.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so much.
all I can say is take the tour and use them because they make it an easy process. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
We
dear.
definitely have to catch up sometime soon to even grab a coffee or something.
Definitely.
yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
All right.
Lovely
Thank you
to
for
see you.
joining us.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to get to the general questions now that were asked. And a reminder for you people, there's a lot of you on that this is a two-part. So this part will end in about 10 minutes. And then we're having 30-minute max promise, not a minute more, on getting English TV in Panama. I built a little presentation for you. Karen was asking the difference between 𝐏𝐻 and Boquete airports, private health care. Okay, here's the simple thing. 𝐏𝐻 and Boquete both have MINSA public hospitals. They're not private. They both have MINSA public hospitals. Boquete has 2 additional ambulance services with paramedics, plus the 2 local ambulances. And 𝐏𝐻 has the MINSA ambulance at their hospital. It's a 30-minute drive to a private hospital from Boquete. It's an hour from 𝐏𝐻. That is the 1-star difference between hospitals and airports and private healthcare. 1 star is not a big deal. We love 𝐏𝐻.
No, 𝐏𝐻 is beautiful. It's a little cooler than Boquete. It's a different layout of the community. It's very much a farming town area. Lots of locals. There doesn't have the same amount of amenities that Boquete has, but it's developing more and more because they have been putting a lot of efforts in infrastructure in the downtown area. Now they have a beautiful sidewalks. They have a beautiful paths that you can go on a bicycle. It is it's a good community in 𝐏𝐻, in my opinion. And it just, again, 𝐏𝐻 it works for the people. They probably want to have more quiet lifestyle. They're not so much busier than Boquete, and they don't mind the extra distance to David because it's far from David versus Boquete.
For sure.
Mhm.
For you folks that are interested, we have a 3-day Cherokee Highlands tour. There are only 2 spots left on the one at the end of October, and we actually spend a day in 𝐏𝐻.
Yeah, we do.
So, yeah, there's 2 spots left on the October 28th one, and we'll spend a day in Boquete, a day in 𝐏𝐻, a day in all the other areas of Cherokee Highlands, showing you everything you need to know. I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to check it out. Extreme value in the price here, guys. There's no other company that can show you this area for 3 days for the price that we offer it for. So,
And the quality service.
and the quality and the after sales support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have spots in it for our 7-day tour, right?
Yeah. There's a
October.
promo coming shortly. Okay.
Who's spontaneous?
Yeah. That's about all we got until March now, you know that?
Yeah.
But Suzanne was asking, let's talk 2 things in Panama: generator and water shortage. Okay, in theory, Suzanne, Panama doesn't have a shortage of power and water. It has some infrastructure problems.
Mm-hmm.
So some area here, Oscar and Megan and me live in downtown Boquete. When was the last water outage?
There was one scheduled outage
Yeah.
that we've had. In
My
the 2
last
years
one was
we've
a
lived
year ago
downtown.
when the kids were playing outside and turned my water on. the valves outside. Power outages are very infrequent here, even though both of us have full backup systems. Do you need a generator? You'll decide that after you live here and talk to your neighbors. Or do you need water? If you live in some areas of Boquete and you're renting, I'm going to tell you to look for water backup. Look for a house that's got it, but other areas you don't need it.
If you're living pretty remote up in the mountains, if you have a power outage, it might take a little bit longer to come on. If you're living right in downtown or Alto Boquete, that are more populated areas, usually your power is going to come back on pretty quickly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, definitely not long enough to worry about the stuff in your fridge.
We have long power outages when a semi went into the ditch and took down the main line during a storm, and the power was off for 6 hours. That has happened.
Yeah,
Because we don't have no redundancy to switch over.
That's every once in a blue moon when a special driver does that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to 𝐶hTrey. We're in the middle of the country. Expat population of 𝐶hTrey. What would you guess? We have to guess because we don't have census results on it.
Yeah.
No, I will give it a couple hundreds.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I would
no
say,
more than that.
200-300.
Yeah, a few hundred.
No more, and that 300 will be generous in my opinion.
But if you take the entire area around it, the beach and the,
Right, the greater 𝐶hTrey area.
Yeah.
And more in the North American winter time.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay, I heard immigration in Panama is being hard on people right now. Well, not on North Americans. If you're not from North America, if you're from other countries in South America, Central Asia, stuff like that, yes, they are being tougher on those people right now.
Illegal immigration.
illegal.
Yeah, they're becoming very tough. Panama's really stepping up its game on illegal immigration and people overstaying their visas. So that could be a U.S. person. I believe that. I wouldn't doubt if we see that soon. There's so many people here overstaying their visas because it's $50 a month fine, so they don't care.
Yeah, but usually the immigration don't target North Americans.
Typically,
by
they don't.
any
Exactly.
means. They're targeting more other nationalities. They could be, trying to transit north, or they're just doing illegal activities on top of that, be illegal in the country. But actually, immigration has been very flexible the whole time to North Americans. Actually, U.S. and Canadians are the only ones that can stay on a tourist visa for 180 days.
Yeah.
That's how flexible immigration is.
Okay, Donna, I'm going to ask you to hold on for 4 minutes because we're going to start that segment of the Q&A very shortly. I keep having people ask for the copy of the PowerPoint. You
We
must
have
go.
a lot of emails that coming in about the PowerPoint slides.
This is one that came in 1 minute ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd like a copy of the PowerPoint. You got to email the contact page on retireinpanamatours.com. I put it in the chat twice. I'll put it in one more time. And if you want a copy of the PowerPoint, they'll be emailed out for you. I typically, after these Q&As, don't do my emails till the morning, so don't worry about that. Okay. I'm at 𝐏𝐿 and there's the links. There we go. Whoever was looking for Tammy's ortho, she put it in the chat. Dr. Eric Dortosa. Does Volcan have more rain than Boquete?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Does a little bit rain.
On the average, it has a little more inches of rain, but it certainly has more cloud cover. They have a lot more cloudy mornings.
Yeah, Volcan, as a matter of fact, geographically speaking, is closer to the subinner Baru volcano, therefore closer to the mountain range. That's why the precipitations and the clouds, especially when it's any tropical wave, it will hit more that whole area. Gorgeous, though. I mean, I enjoy any time I go with Megan and the kids to Volcan Cerro Punta. It's always so nice. Relaxing. When I want to take a break, just go drive a little bit up in the mountains.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wear our jackets and sweatshirts.
Russell, I am going to write an article on this. I can't say it's going to be because my article writing has a big list of things, but the expat communities in Panama and that map will be on it. If you want a copy of it, just please fill out that form and ask me for it. There's no way for me to attach a folder in this chat, like a file.
Oh, they want that Panama map on our website.
Yeah, I know.
We can do that.
Yeah, well, I can do. I was going to put an article out.
Yeah, give us a little time and our expert and technological website will do it. Not Rod, somebody else.
Okay, so we are wrapping up because we can't be late.
Yeah,
because these guys are leaving me. Can you believe they have a babysitter and their little Noah can't be alone for an hour?
I mean, I thought about just putting a little bowl of food next to a dog, but
exactly. That's all you need.
And
really,
honestly,
thank you guys
Rod
for
is the
joining
one
us.
who sets up all of our U.S. channels and
I
apps
do.
and Fire Stick and all of that.
Yeah.
So
And I do that
she's
for
the
our
expert.
guests that were on our tour. And if you haven't asked me for it, I'll still do it for you. I do charge now, though. It means wine, dinner, or an invite to your home to spend the night at the beach. And then I'll set up your TV.
There you go.
So, folks,
Do you hear that, Tito?
Yeah. So take advantage of Rod with the advices and very valuable information about how to get legal service on TV and streaming channels. And
Yes.
this beautiful lady and I, we're gonna go back to our home to take care of our boys. And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks to our expats and thanks to everyone for the great questions. We'll see
Yes.
you next week.
You guys can leave, and you can leave behind the wine you brought for dinner. And make sure you lock up on the way out and don't let the dogs out.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So leave the door open.
This
See
is
you, everybody.
one of the most informal
Ciao, Titi.
Q&As.
Ciao, Tito. Ciao, Francis. Ciao, Tammy. Love you.
Yeah, this is one of the most informal Q&As, right? Oh, all guys, all companies like this do this. Okay, so we are going to quickly talk about, I can't find the other slide. Slide 2. Okay, I got to open the other slides. Present slides. There they are. English TV. Okay, there's been some confusion on the internet about this thing called IPTV, which I don't recommend. First of all, it's really crappy, a lot of buffering. You get frustrated, and also World Crime Organization have been busting people for the last year that are selling this. And already this is like free TV for all North American and channels around the world. And you don't want to be using that down here. They're recently in Spain, in cooperation with ACE, the Spain authorities, just shut down about 20 of these services that offer this free TV stuff. No, but the surprising thing is how many people move to Panama, get their internet and cable hooked up, and start flipping through channels. Everything's in Spanish. Even HGTV, even I can't even remember all the U.S. stations, guys. I don't like NBC and CBS. It's all in Spanish, and they don't understand why. Well, here's the thing: for all these U.S. companies, like example TNT, Disney, HGTV, that does say CNN, not CDD, Fox News, and all these 80 major U.S. channels. The secondary market for them is Spanish. There's 500 million Spanish speakers in Central America. So they dub everything in Spanish, and all the shows, whether it's Law and Order or the Beverly Hillbillies, and even all the current stuff, before it airs, it's dubbed in Spanish. And we see it here with the Spanish audio. So if your cable, if you apply for cable and they come here, our cable packages, I'll give you an example here. And for the person who asked about internet, our fiber optic up to 1,000 megs. I'm on a streaming right now at 500 megs, and I pay $39 a month. If I wanted to have cable on top of that, 220 channels, instead of 39, I would be about 60 to 65. And a lot of people move here, North Americans, $65, and think they're going to have a lot of English TV. They're not. About 80 of the channels you get out of the 220 from the cable companies here. That does not include the specialty stuff that you can add after, like HBO and stuff like that. About 80 of them, people don't know, they're actually broadcasting both in English and Spanish. You have to go into the menu of your set-top remote, and you want to change the primary audio to English. I do this in hotels all the time. You go into the hotel and you can't find one thing in English, and you're watching an HBO movie and it's all dubbed in Spanish. You just click on the menu, audio, change primary audio to English, and boom, now all your channels are in English. So you will get, depending, if you don't watch a lot of TV, and if you only need the major news networks like the CNN, Foxes, BBC, stuff like that, you don't need local news, then sometimes cable is just a decent option. You don't have to fidget with streaming, stuff like that, and you'll get your basic channels and that you're used to back home, and you'll get a ton of Spanish channels that you're probably never going to watch. But if you start learning Spanish, you can start watching them too. Now, the second way people get it is using an HDMI device that you plug into your TV to get your streaming services. Okay. Now, two of the most popular is the Fire Stick and a new Google device. Now, the Google device I like is the Google On. Now, you can get all this stuff down here: Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount, Peacock, on and on. They're all going to work in Panama, but you do need a VPN to make them work. Apple TV, yes. Now, do you need a VPN for Netflix? Not necessarily, but you're not going to get the US Netflix. Panama has Netflix. You can sign up for Netflix in Panama. It's even a lower price, but it's not the US Netflix. It's about 70% of the US Netflix catalog. It all has to do with licensing, folks, and stuff like that. So Amazon Prime is extremely limited because they just haven't gone out and gotten licenses for other countries. So Amazon Prime catalog is about 10% of what you can get in the States. Now there are other services. I'm going to back up here. Hulu, Disney, and Paramount and Peacock will not even work without a VPN. Now a VPN is a virtual private network. What it does, it changes the way where the destination of where the website you are on thinks you're from. Now, is it legal? Yes, VPNs are perfectly legal. They're used all the time. They're also a security device. I would never take my cell phone. Okay, you're not even looking at me. I'm not on the screen. I'm holding my cell phone up. I would never take my cell phone into a hotel and log onto their Wi-Fi without turning on my VPN. Because I know that some dude up in the room up there, some shady dude, hacking into cell phones, and it's really easy to do that once you're all on the same network, all the same Wi-Fi network, same as restaurant networks and stuff like that. So your VPN is twofold. Number one, it's for security, and number two, it's for telling the place that you're visiting that you're not actually where you are. Now, this is the answer, which you can tell it's legal. You can go right to Netflix support and tell them, I'm out of the country and I want to watch my US Netflix. They say, you can watch Netflix from anywhere in the country, but you're only going to see the catalog of the country you're in. If you want to see your home catalog, you must connect with a VPN to your home catalog. Now, they also say, if your VPN is detected, we're only going to show you the world catalog. So you still won't get to see it. Sometimes these companies can detect the VPN, the cheaper ones, the not so good ones, stuff like that. So I have a recommendation. I've been doing this for years. I've used them all. Nord, ExpressVPN, those are some of the top ones. They work for a while, and then I found out the whole time that the ExpressVPN Miami server was detected by Netflix, and I was searching shows that I wanted to watch, and they weren't showing up anymore. I thought Netflix dropped them. No, they're just not available in Panama. So as soon as I switched to another server, then it worked. I like Surfshark. The link is there, surfshark.com. I've used it for 3 years. It's $80 for 2 years and 4 months, I believe it is. So it's approximately $2.20 a month. They've been around many, many years. I feel you're very safe buying a $2 a 2-year subscription, $60, and the connections are unlimited, by the way, John. So the connections within your household and device are unlimited. So I have my phone, my tablet, my computers, everything connected to the VPN, and my TV, obviously. So it's an excellent, excellent VPN. I highly recommend it. And why am I talking to you guys do this now? For those of you that are moving here, you should be doing this before. You should be cutting the cord from your cable company 2 months before you move. And you don't need a VPN. You still want to order before you come here. But setting up streaming services and seeing what type of TV you want. I can tell you one thing, you move to Panama, you're going to watch less TV because there's more to do here. There's no winter. There's no staying indoors. It's, I'm in Boquete. It's 70 degrees outside right now, like 20 degrees Celsius outside. I'm going to go for a walk after this. Okay, let's move forward here. This is the device I like most. Why don't I like the Fire Stick? They're clunky, they're slow. This is a small device, about the size of a very small wallet. Like not a big back pocket wallet, well, it's a little front pocket wallet, but it's more powerful than a Fire Stick. And Google's a little more open source than Fire Stick. It's easy to add apps to it and stuff like that, and it's only $30. Like really, you can't go wrong. So you order yourself one of those, and you're going to put your Netflix and everything on it. I'm going to show you a video shortly. It's 5 minutes long, and then we're going to take questions. But for those of you who want to bring your TV, watch this next slide and watch the video, and you'll see what I mean. There are ways to legally get your own TV, and I spelled streaming wrong, and that looks just like cable at home. And there's two I like. One is called Sling TV. It's quite inexpensive, not a lot of stations, but all the good stations. And you got two options for $40. You got the sports kids option, and you have the entertainment news option. Or you can put them together for, I believe, $60. Then you have YouTube TV, which is basically like Comcast TV, like I forget all the U.S. TV channels, Rogers in Canada. It's just like basic cable. And it's $65 a month, hundreds of live quality TV channels. And I'm going to show you that one live here shortly on the video. I don't subscribe to live TV, but I just ran into a free 20-minute trial when I was doing the video. So let's just take a short second here, do the video, and then I'll come back and I'm going to definitely answer all your questions. Okay. I'm going to show you my Google On TV setup. Now, I got a little trick here. You can set this up with your current Gmail address because you obviously need a Gmail address to set up a Google product. Or you can get a new Gmail address that you don't use for anything except this. And sometimes that's a better solution. But on here, you'll come to your home page, which will be all different things that Google thinks you want to watch. Although based on, it shows things you have been watching. I've been watching this one, Suits, and I was watching this movie and it's pretty boring. So those are more recent stuff that you've been watching, so you can get back. It tracks all the different apps on that you have installed. Well, yeah. So then it's got news stuff, and anyways, to show you is the VPN. This is the Surfshark VPN. You see, I'm connected to a Miami server. You can select different servers in the States. Your content will vary on some of the free channel content because you can get, like, because I'm on Miami, I'm going to get local Miami news stations. This is a good feature that the Google TV has with the On device. Is it puts together all the different free channels across all the different apps that you have and puts it all in one place. Philo is a app that gives you free channels. Google TV itself has 136 free channels, and they're basically if you want to watch something, you just click on it.
The sentencing for R&B artist 𝐿, 30 years.
It's got popular channels. There's 69 different movies playing right now. If there's anything you want to watch, not sure, but news, opinion. That's where you get on your CNN and your Fox and sit there all night and don't do that, folks. And like I said, these are my local. If I connected to a Houston channel, I would see local Houston channels here. Crime, hit TV, classic, reality shows, different sports stuff, entertainment shows, so all types of free stuff here, but you don't pay for that stuff. And it's free legal stuff. It is ad supported, folks, so you are going to see some ads there. Apps, let's talk about different apps. I do have Netflix. I have a Netflix account. I do watch a lot of Netflix. I do have well, you don't pay for YouTube. This is like YouTube on your phone, but on the big screen. Prime, I'm a Prime member because I order a lot from Amazon. So with Prime, you get the full Prime catalog. If you're using your VPN, if you're not, you're only going to get about 10% of the Prime catalog of movies and TV shows. Like YouTube TV. Now here's something that I talked about, the Sling in YouTube. You get full TV. When I started this up a couple minutes ago, it gave me the option for a 20-minute preview. Oh, I'm already on the preview. Okay. So I'm in this 20-minute preview. I don't pay for this because I figure $70 a month is way too much TV for me. But it's got everything in here you probably currently have. Like all the different channels, all the different news channels, the HGTV, the everything. This is all obviously English from the US type channels. Now I could scroll here forever. I think we all have a little bit better to do, but it's a good option if you do need cable. $67, I believe I said, on the full base plan. There we go, $72. You can get NFL Sunday Ticket, NFL Red Zone, Max. Do you want that? Some of you sports fans might want to see all the other stuff you can get. That stuff's not free here, folks. Well, it's not free legally, I guess. But it is available to you just like you are already paying for it at home. ESPN, let's show you the different things available here. Yeah, let's carry on. Let's just go back to, and this is Sling. I mentioned Sling. I have it installed. It provides you with hundreds of different free TV options. Let's look at the guide. There it is. It's got to be something to watch if you're in Panama in the evening and you're winding down and you're looking for a comedy or a movie or something. You're going to find it. You typically don't have to pay for it. Again, this is Sling free stream. The let's back out. Peacock and Paramount are two very inexpensive, under $10 a month options to get all of NBC and CBS programming, including all recorded history shows that you can binge watch. Tubi is a great show for movies and stuff like that. Pluto, Plex, Hulu. If you already have a Hulu subscription, it's available down here. Crackle is again more movies and stuff like that. They're going to be the older movies, but all these like Crackle, Plex, Pluto, Tubi, they're available to you in the States right now on any of your devices that they have. They are ad supported, but it's not like the network TV ads where you have 5 minutes of ads. Like, you know, there's 1 or 2 ads thrown in there every once in a while, so it's not the end of the world. Then of course, the other things that you probably have, you may have at home, is Apple TV, HBO Max, Disney. I personally don't pay for any of those subscriptions, but definitely it's an option to you. So again, that's basically how this works. So that's basically the apps. And you've seen the rest of it, and that's how Google TV works. It's just a small little device that sits in front or behind your TV. All right. Sorry about the quality of that video. I didn't see the reflection of the window when I was recording it, but hey, it is what it is. Everything you see there on the Google On device can also be put on the Fire Stick if you already have a Fire Stick, so that's not an issue. This video here I'm putting in the chat is on our YouTube channel. It'll be the first video that you see currently. If you want to set up all these apps, if you're coming here soon, you can get them set up on your Fire Stick or your but you see there's tons and tons of free stuff. So I'm going to rip through these questions here that you guys have. I've been told you need to have a VPN before you move to Panama. Nope, Deborah, that's not necessary. You can purchase Surfshark as somebody from Panama, even as a resident or citizen of Panama. You can purchase Surfshark and download it onto your device and set it up. So you have to have, you want to make sure that your Surfshark automatically starts with your device, and it's very simple to do in the settings. And it has a kill switch if you ever lose the VPN connection, that it'll just cut your internet until you restore it. So, Lexus, yeah, I mentioned there all the apps you can use. This is a good question. Satellite dish. Not much of that technology down here, due to the fact of you would have to be pointing almost horizon to get it. Now, DirecTV, now Dish Network, by the way, they're pretty well as far as south as you can get them is in Puerto Rico and some other Caribbean places, but all the way down in Panama, no. DirecTV can, some people have it, but nobody does that anymore because it's so expensive to set up. With the dishes, you got weather to be concerned with. The online streaming is so way to go. And the online streaming, all the services I showed you are quality services. They're either paid services or ad revenue generated services, like real services. So the quality of them is good. You don't have many buffering issues with them like you may have obviously with things like IPTV and stuff like that. Someone asked, I already have that. Surfshark is definitely the, I've just used Surfshark for the last 3 years now without an issue on many different devices, whether it's my iPad or my Android phone or my computer, stuff like that. It is way cheaper than the Nords and the ExpressVPNs, which I constantly have problems with. So that's just Amy. Hey, Amy, how are you? We know Amy. So yeah, so that's what I use. Last year on the tour, I bought a Fire Stick and my VPN was able to watch local channels using, yeah, YouTube. Exactly. So if you're on your YouTube subscription, like I said in the video, on the free TV portion of Google TV, if you, let's say you're from Houston, you connect to Houston VPN, you'll see all your Houston local TV channels. And yeah, it's unlimited connections for Surfshark. Trish says, I tried Surfshark on my iPhone and had problems with it. Must have had a glitch. Surfshark is now one of the most recommended VPNs all around there. Megan uses it on her iPhone. I taught them you don't go on to a public Wi-Fi without turning your VPN on first. There are bad people all over the world, guys, and that's where identity theft begins. That's very simple to turn on a VPN. You don't need it before you move to Panama, no, but the problem is you don't want to come here with your stick, plug it in, and they detect that you are in another country and they restrict your programming. Then you're going to start adding your VPN on, and sometimes it can be a hassle to get things up running. So if you put your programming, what you want on your stick, let's say the week before you move here, you go buy your Surfshark and you get it running at home. it's not going to be a problem running it. Just connect to a server close to your home. If you're in Florida, connect to Miami. If you're in LA, connect to LA. And so when you come here and you plug it in, they won't even know you left. Yes, you have to keep the same accounts. I have a U.S. Netflix account. I know I'm Canadian, but I also have for years U.S. address, U.S. credit card, so I have a U.S. Netflix account. If you start with a Panama Netflix account, you're only going to see the Panama program because you're restricted to the Panama program. So you keep your U.S. If you're already here and you don't have, let's say you want to get let's say it was at the Olympics and you wanted to get a Paramount subscription to watch all the Olympics, or I think it was the other one, the NBC one. You need a U.S. address and U.S. credit card, so to get a lot of these services. Okay. Sling TV. There we go. You know, Dan, I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. I was a Sling user for years, but I don't really watch enough live TV now to be concerned with it, like to have it. So I canceled my Sling, but I gave YouTube one of their 14 or 21 day trials and stuff like that. And I think there is more content. It is more money, but if you just want the basics on Sling, a $40 one would work fine. Here's the problem with Roku. Roku is very limited on what you can add to it. Now, if there's not apps made for Roku, like for VPNs that you can add to it, like it's extremely restrictive device. So I don't support Roku at all for down here. Like even Roku TVs, you can't even add a VPN to them. They're just very, very restrictive. Can Starlink work there? We have Starlink in Panama. And you don't want to bring your Starlink with you, unfortunately. You could bring your equipment if you contact your customer service and tell them you're moving to another country, but you want to cancel your service. Let me tell you what. Starlink here for the full service, the fast 200 meg speed is $55 a month. And for the Starlink Junior, I'm not sure what they call it, Starlink Mini. It's 100 meg a month. It's $35 a month. So it's half the price as it is in the US or Canada. So yes, Starlink is very popular in Panama right now. How do you set up a VPN on the TV? Well, Karen, if you looked at the beginning of the video, I'm going to skip right to the beginning of the video. Oh, there it is.
And sometimes that's the best things you want to need. My Google On TV setup.
Okay, right here.
But on here, I'm
skipping ahead. Where the apps are. Sorry, guys.
Anyways, to show you is
there we go. And the first app is Surfshark. You install the app.
You see, I'm connected to a Miami server.
So you install the app onto your Fire Stick or to your Google device. And Surfshark is an approved app in the Amazon and the Google App Store. So you just install it, put your credentials in, your password, your everything, and you're good to go. I share my YouTube with a family member who lives 200 miles away from me. You can do that. Will they let you do it in another country? Well, you're going to have to be very careful. I know Netflix had family share plans, and Netflix have shut down 100 million accounts last year of sharing, but they still keep their families. So definitely. Oh, Deborah, old movies and the classic movies. Just Google TV and the other one that I showed you, which was Sling Free Stream. All the old movies are on there, and they're like constantly playing all day, all night. You'll love that stuff. Okay, what other questions do we got, folks? I said 30 minutes, and I think I did this in 30 minutes. I had another question about a general question about, yeah, SIM cards and internet. This is kind of related. Some people watch TV on their phones. Okay, you're coming on our 7-day tour. That's great. You got to first make sure your phone is unlocked. If your phone's unlocked, well, first day within the hotel we stay at, there are 5 corner stores that sell local SIM cards for $2 and 1 week's of unlimited data for $5. Oscar or a driver will help you set it up. So not an issue whatsoever. Can't wait to meet you, Jamie. All right. How are we doing? Good info. After 3 years here, just got a TV. You just got your TV. Wonderful. Now you can watch some stuff. Now remember, most other stuff, like me, Amy, I don't pay for it. I pay for my Netflix subscription and Amazon Prime. That's it. But I have access to over 400 or 500 free TV channels that are legally free TV channels because they are, they're not the newest show, NBC, CBS. They're not the newest series. I don't really care. I don't watch that stuff. I like to watch an old good episode of Friends or, 2.5 Men, stuff like that. Modern Family is, it's always funny. All right, guys, we are done. Thank you to all of you that stayed here an hour and a half with us tonight. And again, this is Retire in Panama Tours. Come with us. We got October is our last tour. We got spots before March, and March, I think, as of today, had 3 spots left. So get yourself booked on one of our tours. And for you folks that have been on our tour and want to set up your TV, I'm serious about that. You guys in Boquete, all you need to do is invite me over for dinner. And you guys farther away, just get me. We'll do a screen share like this, and we'll help you set it up. Or next time I'm there, I will help you set it up. All right, folks. I wish you all the best tonight, and we'll talk to you all soon.